All right, so this is a video page. So what I'm going to do is, let me click on this. So when you click on this, what happens is the video, like, it moves to that slider. So if I click on this one, because that is the first video, so it will move to that first video slider. If I click on the last one, it's going to move to the last video slider. To do that, it is really easy to accomplish. Over here, I am using, this is a slider. So everything here is a slider. You can move it because I've disabled it. But this is a slider on the left-hand side. And over here is just a grid system with the names inside. Nothing else. It's not anything too crazy. It's just slider and the grid that I've implemented. And when you click on this, it moves to the slider that you have linked this thing to. So let's try and recreate this, and so that you can also see how I went about some of the thinking when it came to building something like this. So the first thing I'm going to do is add a section. So let me remove this paragraph. So section added, and in the section I am going to give it a size. So go to size and let me give this one 1440, and then the maximum should be always 100%, and that is good. All right, and inside that I'm going to pop in on the grid. So to grid system, let's find some of the pre-made ones. Probably this one. All right, so this should be good. So we have the left-hand side, which is going to contain the videos, the right-hand side, which is going to contain the names. On the right-hand side, I'm going to pop in, we can pop in another grid. So let's say this is a grid. So inside the grid, we are just going to keep like one grid in here. And then in this grid, we're going to do whatever we want when we get there. All right, so in the left-hand side, what we are going to put in is a slider, just a normal slider. So maybe you don't have this quick thing on your own, Cwicly development. If you want to do that, you might want to click on this thing that looks like a navigator. All right, so if you click on this, you can enable and disable the navigator. And if you want a quick one, you can also go into the settings and find it. But without talking too much, let's pop in a slider. All right, so this is a slider block. So the slider block is in here. Inside the slider block, we do have individual videos. So I'm going to add the slider block, not block, it's block. All right, so in here, let's just pop in a video. So one video is in here. After that, let's click on the main slider widget or slider block. And then let's go to primary. In the primary section, you can see that we do have per view. We have 3. We don't want that. We just want 1 per view. So you can see now it becomes really big. And then the gap, I'm going to put this on 0. We don't want to center a line. We don't want draggable. We don't want navigation. We don't want dots. And yeah, everything here, we do not want anything to do with that. All right, so that is good. The next thing that you want to do is just, we can duplicate this slider block as much as we want. So let's say we want to do like 5 or 3 or 5. So let's just duplicate this and then duplicate that. All right, and that is good. The next thing I'm going to do is to change the video URL. So I'm going to go to YouTube and copy some of my old videos. Let me copy this one. So copy this link, go to the, paste the first one, go back over here and also copy link. And yeah, next slider. All right, let me pop it open and put this one over here. The next one too, click on here, go back and then copy the link, come back and just paste it on here. All right, so now we do have 3 videos. So inside that, inside these 3 videos, the next thing that we want to do is we want to link it to a column over here. All right, so for us to do that, so we do have 1 column already. What I want to do is add more columns, right? We can add more columns to this. All right, let's go back to grid editor and then let's add a few more. We have 3. First one I'm going to have, so the first one is going to be a header column. The second one, so header column. So there's the first video, second video, and then the third video. So this is what we do have. So in this first one, what I am going to do is pop in a header. So header on there like that. And then by clicking on the column, we can go into the layout section We can make it, yeah, we can make it into a flex box, center everything, then center like that. And then let's go into margin and pattern. Over here, I'm going to link everything, give this one a 20 pixel pattern on all sides. And then let's go into the, let's go into colors. And then for background, let's do the background color of black. Let's do a type color. Oh, let's say white. But we can give it something more fancy. Or white is good. Or we can just remove from here and then go back into the header. If you want to do that, you can also go over here and then just change the color to this. All right, so by doing that, we can come in here and give it a video. Video gallery, right? Video gallery, and then we can go into typography, change this one to man rope. All right, so, and then we can give this one the height of, let's say 400, and that is fine. So that is the header. So we are not going to link the header to any slider, but that is the header. The next thing that we can do is just keep adding the names that we want. But if you look at what we do have here, you can see we have an icon and we have it, the text, and we have this numbers. You can build that. Mostly it's just a design wise. It has nothing to do with whatever that we want to do. But if we want to do that, we can look for a list. Let's look for something called list. All right, so list over here. So inside the list, we can just give it video, video 1. All right, and then in this list, we can say, this inline already. We can give it an icon. So activate the icon. And then in this icon, we can just come in and type in video. You can do video, you can do YouTube, whichever one that you want. So we can give it a YouTube video icon. I hope I selected it. All right, I did. So let's go into size. Let's give this one, let's say 25. And then for color, we want to give this one red, right? And that is good. And let's say spacing, let's say 20. And that should be fine. So make sure that this is centered like that. All right. So we do have that. The next thing that we want to do in this column also is to put another text. So let's say it's a paragraph text, right? And then here we can give it let's say video length. So let's say 1 or 01, 02, 30. So let's say this is your video length. So you can do that too. And then let's go back into this column, right? And then we are going to go into design, and then in the layout, let's make this on flex. And then let's make sure that it is in this direction. We can center it like that. And then we can keep this one, let's say space around. You can do space around, you can do space between, but let's just space around, right? And that should be good. Going back, looking for margin and pattern. Over here for the margin and pattern, let's link everything and give this one 15 pixels. And that should be fine. And then you can start like giving it like, make it nicer by giving it like background color. So if you want a background color, you could say, okay, background color of, should it be red? Or probably more like a grayish, then nothing too reddish. All right. Or something that people can see. So let's drag this a bit back. Or let's bring this one. All right. So color wise, maybe I'm thinking too much about the color, which I shouldn't. So let's say something around, yeah, something around here is okay. All right, nothing much. All right, and you can do it like typography and other stuff like that. You can type in man rope if you want that. That is good. You can also go in here and then change this one to man rope. And yep, you do have something like this, which is pretty nice. So after that, let's go back into the front end and see how this looks. So this is what we do have. So what we can do is, let's say whether we can duplicate this column. So let's say, let me come back into the main column. So which is this. No, there's the main column, right? And then we can go into primary. So there's the other columns. Let's say if we remove it, can we duplicate the ones that are down over here? All right, so we have this. I am going to click on this link block, right? So activate the link block. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. And then I'm going to select this. And then let's see whether we can paste it. Okay, we cannot paste that. All right, so that is fine. So what I'm going to do is come back over here and just add the 2 more that we want. All right, so these are the 2 more that we want. What I am going to do is clicking back here, we do want a pattern of 15 pixels, which is fine. Click back over here to link this and give it a pattern of 15 pixels. So remember, what we're doing now is just cosmetics. We are just doing design stuff. We haven't linked it yet. So over here, I am going to duplicate this. We can do the link block over here so that when we do one, like when we do, let me show you. So we link this and then we can come back and then just copy that, go over here and paste it. So that when we make changes to the first one, we do see it in the second one too. So we call it video 2. Right, so video 2, and we can activate the icon, and that is fine. And then we can also come back here too, and then we can copy this. Then we come here and then paste it. And then click on this column, right? And then go into layout. You can click on design and then go into layout. And then you can make this one into flex. Click on that, center everything, and then do space around. And then over here, we can just give you 01, that's 02, that's 03. And that is fine. But the thing that I want to show you is, let's say if we go over here, right? And then we do make like typographical changes. Let's say, let's make this one 24. Consider it's changing the second one too. So this is something that is only in Cwicly. So if you use Cwicly, there's something that you can also do if you didn't know about. All right, we can do the color change over here too. Let's go back into the color. Let me just copy this. And then let's come over here and then paste it. Come over here to just paste it over here. And that is fine. We can, yep, that is good. Okay, so the next one is go back here. Let me copy this, come here, paste it, go over here, copy that, come here, and then paste it. All right, that is fine. So in here, I want to make sure that this is video 3. Let me make sure this is video 3. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this because now we don't need it anymore. So let's make 01, that's 02, that's 03. All right, click back in the column, go into layout, make this flex, centered, and then let's do space around like that. Going back over here, I want to go into the primary. There might have been a mistake here, but the primary, and then let's just link this right there, and that should be fine. Okay, so what we are going to do next is just for more cosmetic stuff, we can go into design too, and then look for, is it here? I want the, okay, this is the border, and then we can give this one a border color of black, and then line like that, and I'm going to link everything here and give this one a 0, and then I'll link it, and then for the bottom, I'm going to make it 1. All right, and that is good. So we can come back over here to lock everything, give it 0, and then for this, give this one a 1, like this, that, and then we can go back here and make this one a black. And yeah, we can do the same thing. You can use a class if you want. You can use like if you do have a class, we can just apply the class to this, and then it will just create the line for us. But this is what we do have. Let's go back into the front and let's refresh this. Okay, we do have something like this, right? And that is good. All right, so the next that I want to show you is how to link everything together so that when you click, it goes to the next one. So we are going to select this. So this is video number 1, and this is the grid block for that. So by selecting this one, let's name this one V1 so that we know what we're doing. Let's name this one V2. Now let's name this one V3. All right, so let's click on V1, right? And then when you come on the right hand side, make sure the primary is selected. Over here, you do see that when you hover, they have link. So I'm just going to click on the link. All right, so after doing that, you want to change this one from this to action. When you do that, you're going to see that there's nothing here. But so on the action panel, you want to change this one to slider. Then after doing that, you want to go back into the slider, right? Right click on this slider and then just copy the ID. Copy the ID, and then you can see that go to index. Over here, we just paste the index that we had, and then let's say video number 1. See, that's all that you got to do. So now this one will belong to the first slider. So let's do that for the rest of them. Right. So action, slider, index, paste this over here, video number 2. Number 3, so action, and then do slider and go index, and then paste this over here, and this will be video number 3. All right, so this all that you got to do, and you save it. Go back over here, let's refresh. So now when we click on number 2, it goes to number 2. When we click on number 3, it goes to number 3, and click on number 1, it moves to number 1. So this is how I was able to implement this video gallery that you do see on this website. So the same thing that we've done, but here we do have like when you hover, you do have like some highlights things going on, but it is pretty cosmetics. There's nothing to do with the real implementation. You can add a hover effect to all the blocks. So when you go to, let's say you go over here and then click on a hover, and see that you want to change the background to, let's say, a bit of red, not like too much red, like a deeper red, and then we can save it, right? And then we can come over here to the front, refresh this. So when you hover, you can see that you do have this red over here. I didn't implement it for the rest of them, but this is how you also add that hover effects that you do have. You can make it smoother by going to the transition and changing the transition to probably 0.4, and yeah, that should be good. So if you are looking to, if let's say you have a ton of videos, and let's say you've been an Elementor user already, you're looking for a way to implement their video widget within, let's say, Cwicly, this is how you do it. And yep, if you do have any questions, you can leave it in the comment section below. Apart from that, nothing else. Thank you for watching. This is Obi Studio. Nyako.